Hey everybody, Dean Graziosi, and welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. It's an honor and pleasure to have you back. This week, my head is spinning with things I want to deliver to you. Okay, let me just tell you what happened in the last 7 days. I read The Alchemist. Now, if you've never read it, you have to. It's a must. I don't do a lot of reading, so I listen to it. I download it on my phone. I listen to it when I work out, when I travel, when I'm in the car. It is an amazing fictional story about the road to success, your own personal journey, actually your own personal legend. If you read it, you know what I mean. But you'll understand that all the trials and tribulations and failures and obstacles and all the crap that's gone wrong in your life has been your personal journey. And they're the things that make us either turn back and go to a life we knew but weren't happy with, or push on and learn from them and go on to another level. Now, sounds easy, I know, but when you're in it, and if you listen to the book, when there's about 40 minutes left, oh my God, I had goosebumps on my face, my hair was standing up, because it just gives you the understanding of why life may have been a little tough, but now you have so many amazing journeys and places you could go, no matter if you're 40, 20, or 90. So I suggest read The Alchemist. Then in San Jose, on last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tony Robbins had an event. I couldn't go to the whole event, but since I'm good friends with Tony, I met a whole bunch of DJers up there, and I flew some of my staff and friends to go up because I know how important that event is. I was going to stay for 2 hours. I stayed the whole first day, walked on fire again, got one little blister, but that's okay. But anyway, Tony reminded me again. It gave me so many things that were just empowering me. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get all this to my students. Well, I can't deliver it to you all today, but there's a couple things I do want to deliver today. I said I was going to do these success secrets, and I have a million, and I really can't even prioritize what's success secret number 2. But one thing I would say that really hit home with reading The Alchemist and seeing Tony is, if you want your life to go to another level, you have to raise your standards. I know that sounds really simple, but standards meaning not accepting the things that are going on in your life, not accepting the income you have, not accepting letting obstacles hold you back. You know, in The Alchemist, I'm not going to give too much away, but every time that he's about to give up and think, you know what, life's okay, I should go back to where I was, the big picture of The Alchemist basically says that God or the universe or whatever you believe in, I believe in God, gives you a sign in the beginning. Like maybe you went to one of our live events, or you got my book, or you made that first call, and you get this little bit of beginner's luck. Like, I could see myself doing this, I'm excited, and you jump in, but then things seem to get tougher. And then right before, and I saw this on Tony on stage, The Alchemist, in my life, and so many friends I was able to meet, usually right before you're going to have your breakthrough, your first deal, get somebody to put money up, your first wholesale deal, right before it happens is when it gets the toughest. And it's God or the universe or life testing you to see if you can push through. And the other thing too is our hearts are designed to protect us. So when we're getting close and it's getting stressful and we feel like maybe we could lose money, or this deal could go wrong, or maybe I'll fail, maybe my in-laws think I'll look stupid, maybe my wife will be like, I told you couldn't do it, or your husband, I told you couldn't do it, or friends or family, your heart goes, that might be painful. Hey, let's go back to what we know, even though what we know is not what we love, but it's safe. And you have to fight the universe, you have to fight these obstacles to see if you're worthy, and you have to fight your own heart trying to protect you. But when you can push through and get to the other side, then your heart trusts you, and the next time it gets easier, and then the wind goes from being in your face to behind you. Your sails can be full sail with the wind pushing you, but you got to get through that first obstacle. You got to push through to that first deal. So what I suggest for you to do this week is really just analyze where you are. Where is your journey? And look back in your life at the things that went absolutely wrong, the things that kicked your butt, the things that should have made you stop in certain areas of your life. But when you push through, you look back and you go, oh my goodness, if that didn't happen exactly the way it did, I wouldn't be this person. So I think about this week raising your standards. And secondly, thinking about if life went any different in the past, would you be exactly the person you are right here, right now, today, watching this? One more thing, I shared this with you. Tony said it, and I write it all over everything. What if you really knew without a shadow of a doubt that life didn't happen to us, but it happened for us? What if we had the opportunity to look at our lives before we were born, and we got to choose our path? And we knew all these obstacles were going to be in our way, but we could see the end of our life and know that those obstacles made us who we are. made us empowered, made us more rigid. Those who, when you fail, you could give up or get stronger, right? What if all those things were designed for you to be right now, right here, ready to take your life to a whole nother level? Well, I threw in so many different things, raise your standards and look back at your past, but all these things are flowing through my head, and I wanted to deliver as much as I could in a short video. So a couple things I'd love for you to do. Read The Alchemist. Make sure you raise your standards. Look back at your old failures and know that they're part of it. Know that right before the finish line, things get the hardest. And if we can plow through, then we become the 2% of the world that do and don't give up. The 2% of the world that change the world. The 2% that take care of their family. The 2% who could donate more to charity, or make sure your kids are secure, or retire your parents. That's who we are. If we can learn from our mistakes, raise our standards, plow through the hard times, and gain the knowledge and the wisdom to do it, and that's what we're here for. So 2 things. I said that. Read The Alchemist. Secondly, there's 3. Secondly, next week, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor and watch this cool new video I did, and let me know if you love it or hate it, and I'll share that with you. And third, Matt Larson, who so many of you know, top students, done thousands of deals, machine shop worker to multimillionaire, incredible investor. Some of the things that he's learned lately are just blowing my mind. I flew up with him to San Jose to Tony Robbins. He's still there, up there just getting done with the event. But he's learned some new things in real estate that blew my mind that I wasn't aware of, because I'm looking at it from a top level. He's on the ground doing deal after deal after deal, and in 5 different cities all across the country doing this. And he revealed a couple secrets that were so empowering, and he asked me, don't share them with everybody yet. And I said, you have to. So here's what I want you to do. I want him to share them. I want to get him on a live